faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird brain, it's a plane, it's iWalter. Yes, it's iWalter, strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. iWalter, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend ears with his annoying voice, and who disguised as Walter Interranti, mild-mannered janitor for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, nonsense, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of iWalter.
All right. Hey, it's Walter, and I am actually doing a podcast tonight on Saturday once again, of all things, at 9:40 on Saturday, August 5th. Anyway, the reason I'm doing it tonight is because I worked last night until 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I work tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, so until AM hours again. So I'm not going to really have time. And then I'm used to, like, years, I think it was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago when I started this whole thing. I used to do shows like every single day, and now I cut it back to a couple times. Well, I did cut it back to a couple times a week, and now I cut it back to like barely once a week, maybe every couple weeks. Now, I have a little bit I want to discuss tonight and, you know, do a podcast of some sort because I haven't done any. Sorry about that. But I did go to the Blondie / Garbage concert, which actually, I hate to say it, Deborah Harry was really good. But personally, I think I like Shirley Manson much better. I don't know. I just have a love Jones for Shirley Manson now for some reason. I saw her, I think last year I did with a friend, and then I saw her again this year, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to see Garbage again. It's just too expensive, and I kind of regret it now. I wish I actually would have seen, you know, her. I had tons of pictures. I put them on my Facebook blog page, or whatever you call those damn things. Wow, my levels look really low. I don't know why. Now they're looking a little bit better. I'm just checking because I don't want to, like, move too much. Levels meaning, like, how it sounds, because I know even when I listen to this stuff back in my car, it's pretty low, and the introduction's very loud, and I haven't been able to hit a good spot for both. Anyway, I wanted to play, I probably should get this out right away. I got that program the other week to rip some video or audio off of a video, and I said, hey, I'll use it again. So I'm like listening to both Rush Limbaugh and Bill O'Reilly, and I think this was the thing I heard the one night. It was on August 3rd, and Bill O'Reilly had his guest on Adam Carolla, and it was on millennials and the college craziness that's going on with these millennials thinking they're entitled to everything. So I thought it was something else I heard. This has got to be it. I don't know. So I just ripped this one little segment, which I will play in a moment, and just get other people's opinions, I guess. I thought it was actually pretty interesting. I want to hear somebody else's. It's really hot tonight, too. So my dad turned off our air conditioner, and my mom said, oh, it's cool out. And I got some funny stories about that. They're not really funny to me. And it's just crazy around where I live anymore. That's another story. I got a couple things. Maybe I will keep it under an hour or half an hour. I hope. I always say that. I never do because I just, working and not having any enjoyment. Minus I went to a concert, so don't get me wrong. That was fun. And I got some other little goofy things to talk about. So give me a moment. And I'm going to play, I already got it all lined up. It was, again, it's Bill O'Reilly talking to Adam Carolla. Now, his podcasts are like the way they should be. They're like anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, Monday through Thursday, Bill O'Reilly's. And then he does one on Friday, but it's actually, he's calling in to like Glenn Beck or someone else, and he puts that up on his webpage. And apparently, Bill O'Reilly said he is going to come out with what happened, this whole scandal that went on with him, where he got accused of harassing women. That was what I kind of figured. It was a bunch of nonsense. But they paid him so well, he kept his mouth shut. He has a time limit of so long. So he said he's going to eventually, he's going to tell what really happened. What the news and media is not going to tell you. They're just making him out to be some old pervert. And it was like, yeah, the man can be obnoxious. He can be very loud. But to the extent that they, basically tarnished his reputation was, completely different. Is what I'm gathering. So when he comes up, I'll probably even put that whole segment. I don't know yet. So give me a second. Again, I have it lined up, and the next thing you're going to hear is basically this Bill O'Reilly talking about Adam Carolla, like he wrote an article or a book. I'm not really sure. You can actually find it on Bill O'Reilly's webpage. So let me plug this in right now, and let me know what you think again. So here we go, and here it is.
Psychologists say that more and more young Americans are entitled. Okay, now what does that mean? I'm just going to read you this article from Psychology Today. Ooh, Psychology Today. Research has discovered that large amounts of young people are developing an entitlement complex. All right? The psychological trend comes from the belief that you are superior to others and are more deserving of certain things. This form of narcissism has significant consequences such as disappointment and a tendency to lash out. Psychology Today reports that some examples of entitlement range from the disregard of rules, freeloading, causing inconvenience, and likely to assume the role of a leader when working in groups. So you dominate the groups, you yell and you scream. So-called millennials, who were born roughly between 1988 and 1994, tend to have this characteristic, as a 2016 study found. So millennials, the villains here. The University of Hampshire found, I think that's Hampshire, England, but it doesn't say New Hampshire. So the University of Hampshire found that youngsters who were studied on issues of entitlement scored 25% higher than people ages 40 to 60 and 50% higher than those over the age of 60, because they're the boomers, the baby boomers, brought up by parents who went through the Depression and World War II. It's what I read about in Old School Life in the Sane Lane. Oftentimes, life, health, aging, and social world don't treat us as well as we'd like to be treated, okay? Everybody knows that. Confronting these limitations is especially threatening to an entitled person because it violates their worldview of self-superiority. Okay, so you millennials out there.
Okay, so there you go. There was this thing from Bill O'Reilly. It sounds pretty good, that thing that rips. It actually couldn't rip the actual contents like directly. I couldn't download it, so I had to actually rip it as a recorded file. But I think it did a pretty good job, because if you listen to Bill O'Reilly's shows, they generally sound, kind of, I can't even think of the right word, but they sound kind of like not as good as, or as clear, even though I screw up my audio levels all the time. But hey, I give the man credit. He's still going on. So yeah, that was on the whole thing of shenanigans. I'm not going to like say everything he said, but on this millennial age that exists now, basically is they feel like they're entitled to everything. They shouldn't have to pay for anything, and they know better than we do. So that's in a nutshell, I think. Speaking about that, with these stupid millennials and these people that get away with things. Here was a story I found, and it was funny because I was going to do this tonight, and I saw this article, and it's a semi-attractive girl from England, and this article is titled "Mother of Two, 24 is jailed after leading police on the worst ever 120-mile motorway chase that only ended when her uninsured car engine exploded." So, this is more of the stuff that I'm always complaining about, basically. And you should see the pictures. I mean, she looks kind of, no offense, kind of skanky. And, she's got this look on her face in these pictures of like, oh, I'm so hot and I'm entitled to do whatever I want to do, and nobody's going to stop me. It's a bit of an article. I hate reading stuff because, honestly, people who know in the past, I try to read stuff, it just turns into a disaster area. So you can find it. It was on the Daily Mail. It was actually, I think, posted for today. Yeah, because today is the 5th. So, yeah, it was posted today, not like less than a few hours ago, probably. And I would say check it out. Most of these people, I see these articles with like women saying that they spend 30 or 15 or 30 years on food stamps and welfare and never worked a day in their life and have no intention to do so. So it's stuff like that just, I can't complain enough about, because, again, I told you this last show, and I'll say it again, a third of my paycheck every week is going to pay for all these delinquents, and, nobody wants to hear it because what's going to be done about it? Well, the way you deal with this stuff is you stop this nonsense. Stop taking money out of our pockets, the people who work, and start making these people work for a living, because then it will stop. When they figure this out, like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not getting away with ripping other people off, it's going to stop. It's going to stop very quickly. There was another story kind of related to that, and I was trying to look for that, and no, I can't find it. If that's the case. Oh, okay, here we go. It was in Norristown Patch. It was just the other day. I live in Norristown, and it's a suspicious vehicle fled from police at high speeds before a fatal Norristown crash. Now, again, this is stuff I've been shot down that I have no clue what I'm talking about. And it was teenagers, too, because they just stole money from a bank or something, I think it said. One is dead, and the vehicle fled from the police on a high-speed chase. Again, this is one of these going 120 miles an hour or something at 5:30 in the morning, because that's another thing. Like, well, how do you know these are teenagers out early in the morning? Well, this one actually says it. One person dead after the vehicle fled from police at high-rate speeds and crashed into an off-duty sheriff deputy SUV, his SUV. He was actually going to work, this cop, and he got his car got totaled because of these idiots. And it says it was Norristown early Thursday. Montgomery County District Attorney Office had announced the incident occurred around 5:30 a.m., again, near the intersection of Main Street and Hamilton Street. Police called to investigate the suspicious activity in Buttonwood Street. But here's the thing, though. They won't disclose any information on these quote-unquote victims or the culprits, probably because they probably were driving without a license. That's one of my big things I like to complain about, but it's true. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything. There is more to this. Yeah, it says one of the people in the car were killed in the car crash because they were driving at such a high speed, and Norristown's not that big. The streets aren't very big. I'm always complaining about these people at nighttime when I come home from work. It's dangerous. And here you go. The name of the victims are being withheld pending notification of family. According to numerous reports from the scene from 6 ABC News and CBS, the victim is a 17-year-old male. So here we go. I get shot down for saying that these kids, teenagers that are driving recklessly, get accused that I have no clue what I'm talking about. And here's one dead teen. After the crash, witnesses reportedly saw Cruz taking a safe from inside the sedan. The group of 5 teens, it does say teens, and I know how to spell it, Teens, because that's what it says, in the car had robbed a safe, according to those reports. So there we go. Everything I get shot down, I have no clue what I'm talking about, is absolutely, actually 100% correct. So speaking about that with these idiot drivers, though, there was another one just the other day. My mother actually noticed it in the newspaper. Tractor trailer flips over on Trooper Road. That's where I live, the off-ramp on 422. Tractor flipped over on 422 early Thursday morning, and this was actually on August 3rd as well. So there was 2 incidents this past couple days that had happened, and this one actually was a half hour beforehand. This was a separate incident, but it was at 5 a.m. Eastbound ramp 422 Lower Providence. That's exactly where I live. Lower Providence, Trooper, both. That's me. So, again, here's another thing. I'm complaining about people driving recklessly, but I have no clue what I'm talking about. And there is a tractor trailer who flips over from driving extremely too fast. And you can't what you see is the truth. So you can't lie about, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, actually, I kind of do. So I'm just letting you know. Here is a really funny one. I know this is the most ridiculous thing. It was like, you know what? If I can find this person, what I'm talking about, maybe I better read the thing. It was a Norristown patch. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I apologize about that. Just knocked my table. There was a girl jogging in the Norristown Park, Norristown State Hospital Park grounds, because it's open for the public. And she got raped by a, let's see, because this is really kind of almost humorous. And I'm not talking about, a 19-year-old woman was out for a run Tuesday morning, officials had said. This was like 2 weeks ago. Officials responded to the scene at 10:50 a.m. The woman had called 911 immediately after assault was taken. She was taken to the Einstein Medical Hospital right down the street from where this park is. The suspect was described as a black male wearing a black mask, a dark sweatshirt, and armed with a handgun. So he held her up at gunpoint and raped her. That's the bottom line. They're being really gentle on how they describe this article. So they updated it just on the 2nd of August, this article, and now they say they're asking because they haven't caught the guy yet. The reward is, it's right down, like literally I could walk there to this park if I wanted to. They're offering a $10,000 reward to this, person, what is that, an assailant, who raped this girl. So they say, okay, we'll give $10,000 if you have any leads. Okay, there is no composite sketch of the guy, so I have no clue what he looks like. It's like, am I missing something? So all they do is give you a phone number and a description that basically describes, I hate to say this, but like three-quarters of Norristown, area, like the people. So, I mean, I think they're doing this because they don't want to catch the guy because they're afraid of being accused of harassment or something. That's what it's got to be. So they don't give a composite shot, because usually with situations like this, when they're asking for that kind of money, which obviously the parents are probably forking out. That's, hey, my daughter just got raped by this guy who held her up at gunpoint. He was ready to kill her. We want this guy caught, and we're going to give, because I'm sure that's where the money's coming from, is from the parents, the father probably most likely. Because, fathers and their daughters, that's a big deal. Is willing to give like a $10,000 reward to catch this dude. So they give the most vague description. I mean, again, you can't, this could be a million guys, and you could get yourself in a lot of trouble if you just were trying to collect on the money because the description is awful. And again, black male wearing black mask, dark sweatshirt, armed with handgun. That gives me nothing, but that's what they want you to go by. So again, that is, my computer's weird. That is the most ridiculous thing. I mean, the most stupid thing I've ever seen. I've seen things like this before where, yeah, they actually do put up a composite sketch or whatever of the person, a headshot, not a physical headshot, but a physical drawn headshot. But no, there's nothing. So you're supposed to find a black male, which that's like, yeah, that's going to be like so obvious. Yeah, I'm going to see a black guy wearing a black mask and a dark sweatshirt. Oh, yeah, he's guilty. Dude, that's stereotyping even more so now. So you're never going to catch this guy. You're never in a billion years going to catch this guy. Not even in a trillion years. So why give a description like that? So I saw this and I was like, are you serious? All they do is they give a picture, a screenshot on instead of a picture of the guy, a screenshot of the park, the entry to the park. That's it. So yeah, that really gives me a, this guy's going to be tracked down in like 5 seconds because you give no picture of what he looks like and just say he's a black guy. Okay, so how are you supposed to find out who this person was? You can't. I mean, how dumb do you have to be? So I just had to point that out. Hey, some depressing news because, again, I'm from the area. I was over at King of Prussia today. I brought my phone over. When I was at that Blondie / Garbage concert, it was really good. It was down the Man Music Center, by the way. And I actually really enjoyed it. I actually loved Garbage. had taken so many pictures. I had taken actually 450 some pictures, and this time I got at least over 100, which is good because normally out of 400 or 500 pictures, I'll get maybe 12 that look decent. This time I lucked out. I got actually a little over 100. So to me, I'm very happy. So I'm over there, and I got this heavy-duty case. It's ridiculously large. And the screen protector on my phone, it fell on the ground and wasn't even that far, and the whole screen was cracked. So it was like, crap, I ruined another phone. I got insurance until 2020, basically, on my phone, so that's good. By then, the iPhone 12 will be out, so it's no big deal. And I buy, like, when I can afford to, I get the newest phone, which is coming out this fall. I heard it's going to be $1,400, according to Rush Limbaugh. So, like, I'm in there, and I was like, crap, I just ruined the phone. Somehow, the protector on the glass had shattered. Not the glass itself, but the protector did. So the glass protector on my screen protector on my phone actually had taken 100% of the impact, and that broke, but not the phone itself or the glass on the phone itself. So that actually worked. It makes me kind of curious, should I get another one? I just don't like the girth that it was putting on the casing. It was like a one that charges your phone as well, and then the screen protector. But both of them that I got suckered into buying at this comic book convention a few months ago actually saved the phone from getting any damage. They said there was nothing wrong with this phone at all. So I went over to the Apple store about that, by the way. And I was like kind of impressed. It was like, okay, yeah, I really got ripped off, but that probably paid for itself because, again, the screen protector had taken the impact of it being dropped. And then there's a protective case around the outer part of the phone that had taken the other part of the shock. So it actually did work. It was just a little bit of and I didn't like it. I'm personally looking for a smaller case at this point because it's just too bulky. You know, the whole purpose of making phones thinner is so they won't get damaged. So, and that actually helps with your insurance because Apple's really, even though you buy that $300 or whatever it is, I forget how much I paid, insurance on your phone, they're going to find reasons not to protect your, say, like, oh, well, you know what, you deliberately broke this phone. Even though we have accidental damage, it was done deliberately. So when you go in there and you have all this protection around the phone and it still gets damaged, they really don't have much of a leg to stand on, and they will just kind of cave in and fix your phone. So that being said, that's a nice thing when you get all this extra protection. It's just a pain in the butt. So anyway, why I'm talking about King of Prussia also, it's kind of depressing as of Monday. There's been a JCPenney's that's been there since day one, since I was a little kid. So it's been there for like 50 years over the King of Prussia Mall. Maybe it's got to be at least 50 years. And it's now going to be closed down. It's not doing that well because of all the competition. And they really didn't change much. The actual store itself has been the same since I was a kid. And since the King of Prussia Mall was an outdoor mall. So it hasn't changed in that many years, minus that it became an indoor, Penny's became an indoor place. But before it was outdoors, never moved its location. It's been there for the longest time. And that's like there's another store that was there that actually closed down quite a few years ago. So, thing is, the depressing thing is it's going to be gone because it's like a landmark to me. But then it said Monday resulting in the loss of 5,000 jobs. And then it says somewhere else, voluntary early retirement of about 6,000 affected employees. So, and it's not just the King of Prussia location of the JCPenney's, if I didn't mention that, but it's also other locations too. And it's going to be a total loss of the jobs around this area of 5,000 people. So that's a lot. A total of around 140 stores nationwide, so I apologize, will shut down their doors Monday, resulting in the loss of 5,000 jobs. That's still a lot of people within our nation that, there's not many that of those J.C. Penney's left, and it's like it's like Woolworths. It was like part of what I grew up with, and I actually once in a while used to go in there just to check things out because they had some really cool things in there. So honestly, it's going to be kind of depressing to see. I haven't been in there lately, so I'm kind of being a hypocrite, but I used to like actually going in there once in a while because they had some really cool stuff. Well, it's not going to be there anymore. In fact, they actually are clearing out whatever they have, so it's probably pretty much gutted out and, final sale deal, and as after tomorrow, it's going to be no longer there, so it's going to be kind of depressing. And the other ones within the Philly area as well are going to be obviously gone, so sorry to hear that about Pennies. Trying to see what else I had that was kind of interesting, because I'm going to try to go maybe in some type of order, which I normally never really do. Oh, this was interesting. Eyewitness News, Channel 7, ABC. I don't know where that was located. But this was like the other day. Oh, North Carolina. It was on August 3rd, which was 2 days ago. Everything happened around that same time. It says, petite woman, and yeah, she has my favorite thing on, in spandex, comes in with a shotgun and robs, and they have it on her surveillance camera. She has on like a workout outfit. I'm not even kidding. She has like a Lycra top and Lycra, those workout pants. She goes in there with a humongous shotgun. It's like twice the size of her body practically. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it is really big. And it says Fayetteville Police Department is trying to identify the woman seen in the surveillance photo during the robbery. It's actually a surveillance video. But she held it up with a, rifle. I mean, that's like military rifle. That's not like something you just get off, you get that. It's not street legal, let me put it that way. And she went in there with her workout outfit on, her black spandex pants, and her, I know it has nothing to do with anything. I'm just trying to spice up the story. Holds up, it happened on Monday, a Sprint store located at 7830 Good Middleland Drive. And, literally, yeah, well, here we go. Here's the description. The suspect had on dark-colored hair, was wearing a green tank top with black horizontal stripes, black pants. They weren't pants, they were spandex, and black sneakers with a tattoo on her right shoulder blade. So that one, they miraculously somehow got a picture of her, probably because they were too busy jerking off at her physique, because she is petite. So I don't think I'll see her around here to collect on that one. So any type of reward, because she's down in North Carolina, so that's not going to happen. That's actually where my brother lives. Did I say North Carolina? Yeah, I did. So yeah, that's around where my brother lives. He can collect on it if he gets her. You know what I mean. This was an interesting but disgusting story. Killer who, this was on New York Post, killer who disemboweled his girlfriend for yelling another man's name gets life. Yeah, it does say, it says disemboweled. So disemboweled means you disembowel the person. I mean, you cut their guts out, but obviously he murdered her. I mean, I don't think you could live through something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't think so. Either way, I just question every single time when I read stories like this is like how women find themselves in these situations. I'm sorry, I just don't know what else to say. Speaking of which, today I went into Walmart around the house, folks. This was definitely entertaining. And I'm done with that story, by the way, just in case you haven't noticed. And it was kind of entertaining because there was a young black guy. He looked like he was homeless. Had this big leather. I wanted to take a picture for a friend or a guy I work with because I think he would get a kick out of it because he's the one who got me started on this kick. He says, you ever go into Walmart and you see these people who are fully capable of walking, but they're just plain lazy? And they go in those carts for old people, those motorized carts because they just don't want to walk. They're too lazy, which goes into that millennial thing. Well, this guy looked like he was homeless. He had this big bag of papers that were all yellowed, black guy. and he looked like he was a homeless guy, and he almost ran me over with the electric cart. He was like ramming it almost right into me. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Then I saw this Indian guy in the same store, a younger guy who just didn't feel like carrying a box with him, so he put it on one of the basket in the front and was riding around. Like, dude, you got to be no more than like 20-some years old, and you're that fucking lazy you can't even walk around or get a shopping cart. So, because you're that lazy. So, and that was entertaining. It was aggravating, and then you got all these people that are foreigners who don't speak any English, and they just walk right. They're kids, and they do. I know my parents complain about it. Walk right into you. This is the one around Trooper, this Walmart. So my mom says, "Oh, I hate going in there anymore." So that was my highlight of being out of the house and wanting to come right back home again, which I did, which I am now. Obviously, it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock now at night for me. I don't know what it's for other people, and by the time I post this, you're not going to even know anyway. Yeah, what was I going to say? So, yeah, it's just, it's stupid, the stuff I went over to this, folks. I went over to this Five Guys over where I got my car smashed in, and I looked at other cars, and almost every car over there had a big bang on the door, where these people just don't care. Then I almost got, like, the pedestrians have a right away to walk across, the parking lot, shopping center to the stores. Well, I had almost gotten hit twice. And it was like, you know what? I need to get a body cam because that is totally illegal. Pedestrians have the right of way to walk, across a shopping center street, in the shopping center in Devon. But these people are such morons, such idiots. And again, it's that whole millennial thing. They feel like they're entitled to do whatever they want to do, and they actually do so. So, that if there was a cop, which I doubt they would do anything, that would rightfully get that person who almost, couple people, it was more than just one, who almost ran me over. That's an instant ticket. That's an instant violation. That's an instant fine. But, again, we live in such a politically correct society. I'm just which I am very sick of. I'm very, very sick of it. I'm just tired of it. So I had to mention that, though. Wow, I do have the gift of gab. I can't believe it even again. So yeah, that was again, and I work every day. So, here is a funny story. I got to read the title real quick. It was from Daily Mail UK from the other day. I thought they actually had taken it down after I posted because they said it was cited as being inappropriate on Facebook, even though it was posted from the Daily Mail on the Facebook page they have. But it didn't get taken down, so I'm looking at it now, and it was bizarre moment. Motorist spots 4 men walking completely naked along a road closed to a school. And these are like out of shape. Well, one guy is definitely out of shape. And they're walking to pedestrian walkway with no freaking clothes on. So I'm going to take a guess. Let's see. Like a scene from a hit movie Hangover, the pals wore nothing more than trainers, meaning their shoes, sneakers, and protected their modesty with a cupped hand. So they were covering their private parts, but they were completely nude. So my guess is, I wonder if it was like some type of frat thing or something. You know what I mean? I don't know, because the one guy looks a little bit too old to be that, kind of a little too old to be in a situation to be at some type of frat thing they have to do, but who knows? This is another country anyway, so you never know. It could have been England. I don't know. Not going to go any further. I just thought it was entertaining. And I didn't even think about that at first when I saw that. Here's something really, this just shows you, again, the whole millennial thing. I'm trying to keep this, maybe I'll keep it a little over half an hour for a change, and under an hour. There's this story I saw the other day, and I didn't get a response back, but it was a video of this girl, and it's not really funny. Meet the girl who lives as a baby. She's got a boyfriend, too, and the boyfriend looks hideous. She's actually a cute girl, or a woman, I should say a woman, but she likes to be treated like she's an infant. And she says, well, I don't get my boyfriend to change my diaper for me. And she says, all I ever do in the diaper anyway is just, number one. She doesn't do the number two. So, but, I mean, I know people got really strange fetishes, but this one's just ridiculous. Yeah, meet a girl who lives as a baby. And she even tries to talk like one. And she's got a boyfriend, though. And I get insulted about stuff I collect, because I collect action figures, dolls. And it's like, you know what? That's a little bit sickening. This woman, meet Jess, 21, from Florida, who likes to live her life as a baby. And she literally dresses up like a little baby. She wears a diaper and she pisses in it. And she's got a boyfriend. So, I mean, you talk about one thing, acting childish, but she actually acts like a baby. And she's got some hideous guy who's her boyfriend. And she's got tats all over her body, too, by the way, and a nose ring. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm able to describe it so much. Yeah, she's cute, though, otherwise, but she wants to be treated like a baby. She looks like some celebrity I know. I'm not even kidding. She actually looks like some famous celebrity I know. But, yeah, she gets her rocks off. No puns intended. She gets her rocks off, dressing up like like a little baby that has to wear a diaper, and this guy goes for it too. Well, he's probably just like happy that this girl is so nuts, but because she's not bad looking, he looks pretty. He looks like he should wear the diaper, not her. Again, she's cute looking otherwise though, but she gets it's some perverted sexual fantasy of hers that she likes to dress up and wear a diaper and be treated like a little like an infant. And the guy's probably like, well, as long as I get some sex out of this, I don't care. That's what I'm assuming that's what it's all about. Hey, most guys think that way, so sorry to tell you. Sorry for the bad news, folks, but that's the way it is. Hey, by the way, have I told you I'm still continuing to watch? I think it's actually pretty damn good. I didn't like the politics at first, but I'm kind of like digging it now a little bit. Understand some history on comic shows and stuff. Was that one laugh? And some of them are really good. Some of those episodes are really good, those shows. It predated SNL, so say something about that. Oh, you know what? I forgot to pull up this article because I saw it again, and I asked. When I was over the mall, King of Prussia Mall. I stopped at this comic book store, and I asked them, "Do you know about War Machine?" And God, I gotta look now. God, I gotta pull up a new page. War Machine, who is going to be it's going to be made into a movie. I heard. War Machine is played by the character Punisher, who is Frank Castle. So I was looking for this, and it was like, I asked people, even the people in the freaking comic book store didn't know about this. I know, it's not life-threatening, but, yeah, they made a big deal out of it. I said, well, it was on comicbook.com. You can find it there, you idiot. And it's like, well, we don't know. We don't even know who War Machine is. So then I looked it up today, and lo and behold, I actually got everything correct. Even the character playing another character was correct. I never do that. So I wasn't going to do this, so I'm doing it now. Yeah, you can find Marvel teasing Punisher to become a War Machine, thecomicbookmovie.com. Marvel confirms, these are the titles of the stories, the web links. Marvel confirms Frank Castle will become War Machine in comic book. But this is comicbookmovie.com. So they're indicating, but if you own a comic book store and, they're showing images like how they're going to, like Frank Castle's going to actually, it's going to be a real thing, not just, what do you call it? But how can you own or run or work in a comic book store and not know this? I mean, that is like beyond stupid. And it's not important stuff, but it's beyond stupid. It's stupid that I'm talking about this. Yes, I will agree. But since I did bring it up, it's stupid that you don't know about it as well. That makes it even worse. And War Machine, by the way, is the character kind of has like the same kind of getup as Iron Man. So that's it was like they plastered it for a long time, and it was like nobody knows about it. It's like am I imagining this? Because I know I get things wrong, but no, I actually for once I got something. Well, on that subject, I mean, I got it actually totally right. It reminded me because they were teasing and are talking about doing Deadpool 2. Now, if I was going to make a Deadpool 2, this is just my suggestion with Ryan Reynolds, dude, bring in Miss Deadpool. I forget what it is, but there's a female version that was introduced in the comic books. And I saw this at a comic convention, not at the convention, but online, where this girl dressed it up as the female Deadpool. And I was like, yes, if you bring a female Deadpool, you're going to explode the movie's ticket sales. Because every guy's, they're into comic books. But if you bring in, I'm going to find the name of that out. Deadpool. Deadpool. I think it's called Miss Deadpool. I gotta look for that because I have no clue. Okay, Miss Deadpool. Miss Deadpool and the Howling Commandos. So now they give the name, I guess, but yeah, the female Deadpool would be really cool because it is actually a real comic, real as in the comic book stories. It's Wanda Wilson. So, Lady Deadpool. That's what it is. It's Lady Deadpool. So I got that wrong. But there is a female version with the regular Deadpool. Because he can't die. He's self-healing, and so is she. And she's actually hot looking without the mask. Because Deadpool, the real Deadpool. It's just a nasty looking guy because his face got all distorted, but he is self-healing. Well, Lady Deadpool is hot, and she's got the same powers as Deadpool does. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, Deadpool Corpse is the team of Deadpools. I thought I had Lady Deadpool up. Is there really a female Deadpool? The Revolution will not be televised. Is the Lady Deadpool one-shot woman of Marvel's stand, blah, blah, blah. You get to see Wanda Wilson on her own away from her alternative reality versions, Deadpool. But anyway, bottom line, why am I reading all this nonsense online? But there is a Lady Deadpool. I thought it was just something made up, but yeah, there is quite a few comics out on Lady Deadpool. And that would be awesome. I mean, if you're going to do a good movie, yeah, put a good villain in there. And it's already raunchy, the first movie of Deadpool, which was very successful. But why not now add Lady Deadpool as well? Because that would make a lot of sense. You would definitely have... Oh, sorry, I just noticed this. Finally, online, you can pre-order on the Friday the 13th game. So, yeah, they finally put it up. So it's coming out this fall. I should get a free copy, though. Sorry about that. But yeah, the Lady Deadpool thing would be really awesome. But who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? So, and here's another one. This is all nonsense information. You don't have to tell me twice. I swear to God, folks, it was a week from yesterday. I was in the GameStop. What does the GameStop sell? Well, let me think. I think they sell video games. I'm in there. I said, hey, do you know anything about this Friday the 13th game that's supposedly coming out? You know, hey, I like to kind of just in case something gets, because I paid for, what do you call it? The Friday 13th game. I gave towards them the developers who made the game. And they said, oh yeah, we don't have any information on that. So, okay. So why on Amazon's webpage, which I was just on, are doing pre-orders on it? Pre-order, add to cart, $40. So, yeah, it's going to be one pre-order I'm going to be doing right now. But yeah, so, boy, people just don't know their job. I mean, this is nonsense stuff. It's not, yeah. So, it's not that important. So I had $20 added to my cart, so it's going to cost me $15 for the game. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to get it. Reward points on my Amazon card because I use it for everything just to get the points, and then I pay it off. So, but boy, people are really dumb, though. They really have no clue what's going on around them. Even at a job, you should know even the most frivolous information, but they don't. What is going on with people? Alrighty, so I'm adding up time again. I'm sorry about that. I'll do some shopping later on. So that was kind of interesting, but I was in there. That's actually why I went to Amazon. I totally forgot. I was in there and I saw these because I hated it. Then I liked it. It was Archie Comics. So here they revamped the Archie comic books, and they actually now, folks, they did a whole, I guess they revamp it every once in a while. So they got a whole series from, is that CW? That the comics are related to the new TV show. So the characters are the original Archie and everything like that, but they're more closely and they look more like the ones in the TV series. So it's a what do you call it? Like a guide towards that universe of Riverdale. That's what I wanted to say. But it's called Archie, though. So they had them all except a couple. So it's going to probably run as long as Archie Comics. So they had everyone except the first one, Archie Volume 1. Wow. Yeah, they're already actually going up in price. Just for one freaking comic book. It says Volume 1, though. Maybe it's all of them combined. It's like $20. So I thought it would be like the individual comics, but maybe it's like I saw the individual comics, and but this is bound, I guess, or whatever. CW comic. But yeah, it's kind of cool because I looked at it. I was like, wow, they have like 22 issues out already. But these are the ones, again, Volume 3, Volume 1. So I don't know if they have, but this is like more close. And now they have one, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So I do hope they kind of bring that to the, what do you call it? It looks actually really cool, though, but I don't know what. Yeah, but $18 and $20. Wow, that is all god awful expensive. Yeah, it says CW's Riverdale comes first. The first collection of the comic books set in the universe of the TV series Riverdale Volume 1. But they're like expensive, though. I'd rather get the individual comics. I wouldn't mind checking them out, but if that's the price of them, forget that. And I like I said, the comic books had them. I didn't realize how expensive they were a pop. I remember when I was a kid. Now this is going back, obviously, when these comics were like really cheap. They weren't anything like that expensive. Wow. Yeah, I remember. Paying Volume 1. Yeah, the individual ones are like $10. So they look really cool, though, because I looked at it and I was, wow, they got actually the Riverdale comic books. They have one that's actually where everybody's zombies in the comic I'm looking at right now. It looks actually pretty funny. Or actually, I don't want to use the word funny, but it looks actually pretty cool. And even that one's like $14. Wow, that's expensive. Wow. I should have... I don't know if I'll be over the mall again because, they had the individual copies. So we probably can get the back. And they're like thin comic books. So, yeah, that's a lot of money, though. That'd be one thing I won't be collecting. It's just really cool because it looks awesome. So, again, I think Season 2, they were kind of poking around with the idea of, I think I mentioned this before, of adding Sabrina. Alrighty. I guess I won't have a problem getting close to 45 minutes to an hour, which I didn't want to. Friend had sent me not too long, right when I went on, about this guy he found a story on Fox 29. Camera captured a 49-year-old man placing a bag over a donkey's head and then getting behind the donkey and placing his pelvis against the rear of the animal. So Fox 29 is our area. I don't know if this happened, though, around here. Probably did. Give the guy's name. No, I'm not coming up with anything, so I don't know. Probably wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of wackos. Yes, which would include myself. So, yeah, it was cool about the... Sorry, it seems like I'm getting awfully loud once in a while. I don't mean to. But that was some good stuff that happened today, and some stupid stuff. Oh, there was a story I accidentally shut down. I'm looking at it now. It looks like that Gal Gadot, she's actually got a bright future now. And by the way, I remember I saw some interview with her where she actually said her boobies were too small for Wonder Woman. She even admitted to that. So they definitely had to add some padding on the top because Wonder Woman's supposed to be an Amazon, but also be well-endowed, I guess. What do you use? Maybe that's not the right word. That's a male word to use. But anyway, they're going to definitely put her in other types of films as Wonder Woman, which is really cool. I think athletically, and her look, her face and stuff, she looked definitely awesome. She looked really cool. But Gal Gadot is confirmed for Flashpoint movie. What the hell is Flashpoint? I have no clue. But whatever that is, it sounds pretty cool. I'm sorry I didn't go into much. I don't really know what to talk about, but I did go without paying for a meet and greet. Like I mentioned earlier on the show, that I went to Garbage, and which Shirley Manson. I love her, though, like I said before. Shirley Manson. And also Debbie Harry. I say Deborah Harry, but Debbie Harry, which she really aged a lot, but she can definitely really sing. So I give her credit for that. She can, she's got an awesome voice. They're both still making music. And, but if I had to choose, I would have to say, hands down, it would have to be Shirley Manson. Oh, by the way, I had some article, folks, on the Lady Deadpool. Not an article, actually. If you want to buy, this is how I first found out about Lady Deadpool, going on that again. Marvel Lady Deadpool premium format figure, from this place you can get these statues and stuff, and they're very expensive. It's $700 for her, but they got one and they show her face, like you can take. I guess you can change the head on the figure, whatever. But yeah, she's a normal person. She's not like Deadpool, who just looks like really gross without his mask. But yeah, for limited edition, 750 pieces. You can own your own from Slideshow. You can own your own Lady Deadpool. I did remember something else I wanted to talk about, and I totally forgot. I did forget. But there was some other article I slipped my mind. Exclusive executive. There was this article I saw from the Daily Mail, and this is just like depressing reading this stuff, how people, especially men, just have it so much harder than women. I hate to say it. And a little bit of stupidity on his part, but this executive paid for this escort, and she robbed him blind in his company because he allowed her to spend money. So get this. Here's the title. Executive lets escort, this blonde-haired chick, spend $5.8 million on his company credit card. So, and she's buying all types of shit. So it says, I wanted to be loved. That's what this executive says. So it's like, God, being a guy really sucks. Drug company executive, drug company. I wonder if it's some company I know. Let an escort he met on Backstage.com. Never heard of it. Spend $5.8 million on his company's credit card for plastic surgery a mansion, failed spa businesses, and personal driver for her children. And it said this happened between November 2015 to March of 2017. So she literally, I mean, that is incredible. She stole, I don't know how he let this go on for 2 years, though, and how the company that he worked for did not make an issue out of it. But she spent over $5.8 million. That's a lot of fucking money. I mean, how could you do that and not not raise an eyebrow on it? I don't know. So, God, I thought I was desperate. This guy is got to be beyond desperate. You get a good hooker for that. Well, you had one, but she obviously was. She better be good for that kind of money. We could get a real doll for $10,000 and say it was over. Say it's over with, and she won't even steal your money. Hopefully, or get one of those robots. They're probably cheaper at that price than that price. So anyway, folks, it was kind of funny. I actually checked back on this, but I worked a little overtime. I'm working a lot of overtime because I got my dad's phone set up finally. I gave him a different number. I couldn't get his number to be ported through. So I got that all set up. That's cost me like $100 initially, and then it's going to cost me $50 a month to keep it going for him. He's not going to have to pay a dime for anything. So what was I going to mention? Yeah, it was funny because I remember it came and went, and I missed out on it, and I really wanted these. Don't need them, but I definitely want them. If you want something bad enough, then you got to work for it. So that's what I did. I worked some overtime, and I'm going to mention it was these things called Alien Stompers. They were limited edition. They were actually only 50 pair made, and it was a set of 2 pairs of Reebok sneakers. So I did not mention that yet, but I am now. Reebok sneakers that were custom made, themed off of the movie of Aliens back 31 years ago now. So it was like, yeah, I would really like these. They're kind of cool, but they sold out within a matter of minutes or seconds. So I'm seeing where they are now. Okay, they're still out there in California. So I did buy a pair. I'm not going to say what I paid for them. And then one was looks like those hazard signs, like the yellow with the black stripes on the shoes. They're very bright, but they kind of look cool. And it was themed again from the Alien movie. And it was like, yeah. So, and these are very limited. Again, they are extremely limited. So I was like, I kind of do like these. I kind of dig the way they look. Wouldn't mind having a pair. So that's exactly what I did. I got a pair of these limited edition, stompers, because Alien Stompers. I have a couple different pairs of the Alien Stompers, and I like them. And you know what? I hate to say it, they are the most comfortable shoes I've ever wore. There's no laces, which is beautiful. And they have straps. I love them to death. I mean, I really just love these shoes. So I have different styles of Alien Stompers. So these were the newest ones they just put out. But these were, quote unquote, all of them are official, but these are beyond official. So, and you get a set of 2. One's it's supposed to be like the alien itself. So it's patent leather black, because the alien themselves, they don't have patent leather, whatever. But they do have, what do you call it? That rubbery looking shiny skin that's black. So they made a pair of shoes like that, for the one set. And then the other one is like that, that road construction hazardous kind of look to it. And it's like, you know what? These actually are, both of them are really cool, but I did like the ones that were a little bit more obvious on the appearance. And again, I just love these shoes. So I love these shoes. So I got a set, and it's like, okay, but the problem is there is only 50. So if you ruin these, there's no way you're going to get another pair of these, because once they're gone, they're gone. So I got the one pair, which I am wearing. So far, just the one pair of shoes. I haven't worn the second. I probably will tomorrow. I might make the plunge, and no puns intended, and get the other ones and put those on. And again, I love them because they have no laces, and it's beautiful because they just strap right on. And they are extremely comfortable, though. They better be for the price I paid. So anyway, yeah, so I did wear them to work the one day, and all I got was like mockery, and it kind of makes me question it too. You know, because believe it or not, it was from women that were doing it. And, you know, it's like the same women, by the way, that are always saying about, oh, you know, I'm being victimized. I'm not kidding. I'm victimized. You know, we're repressed because we're women. The whole nine yards. And, you know, how they're being repressed, and there's all this inequality. So you would think of anything, well, I shouldn't do it in that perspective with those kind of people. You would think they'd be very open-minded. You would think, oh, you know, hey, Walter, you know, I feel bad for the way you get treated. It's horrible. No, actually, it's completely opposite. What I get is literally, like, I felt like I was back in middle school. They were laughing at me, literally. No, and it's no joke. It's not like, what do you call it? Carrie, when her mother says, they're all going to laugh at you. No, they literally were laughing at me and not even hiding the fact. And I'm like thinking to myself, oh my God, are people really that immature out there? And these are the same people, by the way. These are the exact same people who go around, you know, saying how they are so deeply repressed and not treated equally, and it's not fair and things like that. But yet you're the one, in my mind, you're kind of like a hypocrite, because you're the one who, like, hey, I have an open mind and everybody else has a closed mind. And then lo and behold, you show to me, at least, no, you're the one with the closed-minded point of view, and you're laughing at somebody. And you're making a fool out of yourself more so than me. I mean, really? So I don't know what to say, folks. I'm looking at actually some other alien stoppers that are normal looking. They're just as expensive, too. They're normal price, too. Actually, what I paid for the two limited shoes are actually cheaper than the ones that they still have available that were like basic colors. They look like regular sneakers, basically. They're blue and white. They're designed to look like normal sneakers, though. But it's the same design. Because that's actually, you know, these Alien Stomper, that design, actually has done, or has served, I should say, Reebok very well for many years. It's actually a pretty spiffy looking shoe. I know when I wear the ones that were from the movie, people really dig those shoes. They thought they were really awesome. Years ago, I had a young girl that actually laughed at me then, though, too. But, yeah, they every once in a while, every so often, because they were such a popular shoe for the last 31 years from Reebok, that is one style they continue to make. So that's really cool. Yeah, I'm like kind of looking at them now, so it's kind of curious. I just can't afford to buy any more shoes. I don't have no more room. But I'll tell you, they're the only ones that actually, for Reeboks, they're very comfortable. They're very comfortable on my back as well, because I have issues where my legs hurt me, my back kills me. Not my back, but my legs, like my thighs and stuff, and my knees and parts of my leg. They literally, I'm in so much pain sometimes. It's just unbearable. And it's because you know what, when it acted up again. Oh, well, I didn't even know it was over an hour. I didn't know I was talking that much. But, yeah, there was one time where I started putting on my old Doc Martens. The ones, I love these shoes, but they fell apart after a while. And I'm like wearing them. It was like, yeah, they started really, my legs and stuff started really hurting again. I was like, but it just started when I started wearing these old Doc Martens I had. So, you know, then I went into other shoes that have very bad arch support and stuff. And I had the same problem again where I was a lot of pain and stuff. Well, not as much, but I do have definitely some pain. So then I went to these Reebok shoes, and yeah, it definitely takes the pressure off your back and your legs and your thighs, things like that. So that's the reason I collect these shoes. I just like collecting them. I have no room for all this stuff, but in the same token, they are very comfortable. I have them on right now, by the way, the yellow ones that everybody mocks me about wearing. So anyway, what I was going to mention is I actually bought another pair, set of two, which they're never going to be worn, because I did that with these other alien stompers from the movie. And my sole purpose was for buying those was, okay, they're not to be worn. I have a pair I do wear to comic book conventions, but they're strictly just they're just there for show. You know, if I ever have the chance to do so, I will definitely. Because I saw some guy online who was the same way I am. The guy, probably a little younger than me, had a lot of tats, but he actually bought a pair of these set of shoes, and then he basically put them in a glass. Literally, put them in the glass case. These alien stompers. So that was kind of cool. And I was like, yeah, if I could have the room to do this. One guy I used to talk to at work, he actually did that. His name's Brian. He likes collecting action figures and things like, but very expensive ones. And he said he's living with some other guy, a roommate, and this guy owns a house, so he pays this other guy, X amount of money for rent, or board, I should say. But he gave this guy enough money because he has so many of these action figures and stuff. He gave this guy enough money to build another room onto addition to his house. He said, well, hey, that's going to bring up the value of this guy's house. But the room is just going to be for all his glass case, so to speak, glass cased action figures. So, yeah, there's a thing out there that people really do that stuff, It helps if you have money, though, because this stuff can really add up very quickly. But anyway, folks, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was talking about this stuff for this long, so I apologize. There is plenty more to talk about, but it's like way after an hour. I didn't know I was going to be able to do this. So everyone, have a good rest of the weekend. It will be up end of this weekend. This show will be up, and I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for the people who do listen in, because I did get up to like 33 hits, and only 3 of them were other people, and the other 30 were myself, so that's even better. No, just kidding, but it was like 33, so I was really happy. I was hoping to hit that magic number of 37 just as a joke, but I doubt it's going to happen. Alrighty, I'm just going to continue to babble on, so I'm going to try not to. Have a good weekend, folks. This is Walter from iWalter, and I'm signing off now. Thanks.